Good evening, coding enthusiasts. Welcome to the IEEE 17.0 awareness session. Today, we will be diving into what IEEEXtreme 17.0 is all about, the rules and regulations, prices, and much more. The Slido link is now available in the Zoom chat, so please feel free to drop in your questions. Stay tuned till the end of the session, where we will address all your doubts. Without further ado, let me introduce you all to our esteemed speaker for today, Sandaru Rashmika, who is the student ambassador of IEEEXtreme 17.0 and is also a third-year undergraduate at IIT. Without further delay, I'll hand over the floor to Sandaru to share his valuable insights on IEEEXtreme 17.0.
Yes, thank you, Kamalika. Hope I am well audible and visible.
Yes, you're audible and visible.
All right. Let me share my screen. Right. So hi everyone, and hope you are doing well. And it's a bit of rainy and kind of like a gloomy day, but I still think that you are doing good. And I think the new academic year has been started for everyone, like for the first years and the second years. So I think you guys are up for a really good academic year ahead. And I think most of you are from the either from the second year or the first year. For the second year, it's going to be a big year for you guys because of in another 6 months of time, you are going to the industry and you'll be finding internships and you have a big task ahead, which is the SDGP. And for the first years, it's gonna be like a newbie thing, and you'll be much more excited and just about to start your academic year. And on behalf of IEEE, and I welcome you guys to the IIT as well. And let's start with the session. So I named this session as Be Extreme with IEEEXtreme. So can I get a response from you guys? So this is basically like a discussion type of thing. I don't like to talk very much. Can I get a raise of hand, those who are from the second year, or yeah, those who are from the second year? Right, we can see a lot of hands raised. Right, cool. From the second years, who has participated in hackathons? So I think first years you might don't know about the hackathons yet, but are there any people who has participated in hackathons before? Yes, I can see a couple of hands raised. Good. And anyone from anyone who participated Extreme before? Right, cool. We have, I think, yes, we have a couple of people as well. Right, cool. So when it comes to hackathon, so I just give you a basic intro on what is an hackathon. So in a computer science area, so in each of the designated area, you have a field that you are interested, there will be a competition. So imagine for an example, in computer science, we have a field called UI UX development. And for the UI UX development, you folks have something called a designathon, which is a form of a hackathon. And for some of you folks who are interested in data science, you have some type of hackathon called datathon. And for someone who's interested in algorithms, do you have a hackathon type called an algothon? So such wise, you have different kind of competitions for each computer science field, and that sort of a competition is called a hackathon. And IEEEXtreme is a hackathon that we organize, and you guys have joined to get to know about IEEEXtreme as well. So Yes, yeah, so this is a little bit about myself. I'm Sandaru Rashmika, and I'll be your IEEE Extreme 7.4, 7.0 ambassador for this year, 2023, and I'll be guiding you guys for your hackathon. And meanwhile, I'm a trainee full stack engineer at WSO2. For the first year folks who don't know about the full stack engineering, it is basically the front end, back end APIs and the databases that I'm dealing with. And I'm a third year undergraduate, and I'm the past vice chairperson of IEEE student branch of IIT, and it is term 22-23 now. A new board has been installed, and my term has come to an end. But I still contribute as an ambassador for IEEE Extreme 7.0. Yes, so this is IEEE Extreme 17.0, which is the 2023 edition. So IEEE Extreme is without a doubt one of the most competitive programming competitions in the world. In fact, do you know, guys, IEEE Extreme is the world's largest programming competition. There have been many competitions such as Google Hashcode, Google Kickstart, and there are programs from the NASA like NASA Space Apps. But IEEE Extreme is the only competition which sustained for more than 10 plus years. So I can remember in 2023, I participated in Google Hashcode, but in 2023, the Google Hashcode wasn't organized. So that's kind of like a loose in a break of chains of the sustainability. So IEEE Extreme is now the world's largest programming competition in terms of its maturity, and also its capability of making sure that it has reached the global student organization. So you might ask, so there might be people who says, I have the largest thing, I organize the largest competition, I have the largest organization, large. There are many things who are claimed to be the largest. So in fact, IEEE Extreme is also large, and this is how it's going to be large. So we have 14,000 plus participants from all around the world, and we have 6,377 teams from all around the world, and we have a huge number of participants range from more than 65 plus countries. And also we have student centers which are in number 676, and IIT is one of a student center as well. And we have been conducting IEEE Extreme since 2016, so we have a kind of like a open to all the undergraduates who are in IIT to participate in Extreme. So this is from the stat from all around the world. Yes, so you can see we have a significant sustainable growth over the years. In 2006, we started with just 44 teams, and by the last year, which is IEEE Extreme 16.0 in 2022, we had 6,377 teams. So you can see like we have a really good sustainable growth over the years. And in terms of participants, we started with just 106 participants in 2006. So imagine, guys, 2006 was we were using Windows XP, and there wasn't many backend languages like Node and other Express and any other kind of like a frameworks. You had to work with like little tech stack like PHP, .NET, and in terms of languages, you had Java, C++, but I'm not sure whether the IDs were even presented. Back in the day, we had very old license called Apache license for the softwares. But now the technology has same. You have like AI models, you have Chat GPT, you have Bard, you name it, like a lot of AI tools to assist you with the development and also with the your day-to-day activities as well. So imagine 2006, 106 teams from the world. Yeah, and this is so IEEE Extreme is conducted yearly, and These are the top 3 teams from the last year, which is IEEE 16.0. The first place was uh, gained by a team called HC Must Burn Tomatoes from Vietnam, which represented University of Science Ho Chi Minh City. And the second place is quite an interesting because you know, guys, in the Ukraine they have Ukraine-Russia war. Even though they have the war, this proves that the skill or the talent or the technological wise, nobody can stop with the gain of what you are supposed to gain. So this is Ukraine team Kiwi from the Kharkiv Nati University of Radio Electronic Engineers. They gained the second place. And the fun fact is the 3 participants from the Ukraine Kiwi team participated from different parts of the world, and one person from the um, Ukraine, another person from the Middle East, and one person from the Kyiv, the capital of the Ukraine. So this is quite an interesting fact, and team Kiwi from Ukraine was able to win the second place of the IEEE Extreme, and the third place went to Indonesia. So that's how IEEE Extreme 16.0 concluded last year. And then this is the ranking system and the facts from Sri Lanka. So so in IEEE Extreme context, we choose the best performance based on top 100 from each country. So the first place, which is the out of 100 top coders from Sri Lanka, 48 teams were from University of Moratuwa, and for the moment of like a glory, and for the fact that we were able to have the second place with 19 positions from the top 100 coding teams who has participated in IEEE Extreme. So this is from the last year fact, and in fact we have to increase that amount at least, but we have to get more than 30 plus positions from the top 100 teams. That's my aim for this year, and we have a lot planned for you guys to achieve that, and I hope you guys would get the maximum out of it and make it achievable. And third and fourth obtained by UCSC and PERA respectively. So that's how the IEEE 16.0 concluded from the Sri Lankan universities. So now I'm going to speak about how the competition is going to go. So this is something really important, so pay attention to those details. So you guys might be having some questions with regards to how the competition would go. So the competition is 24 hours. So you guys are sitting in at a place, or you guys might join virtually or physically, and you guys will be participating 24 hours to this competition. And a lot of people who asked me with regards to programming languages, we have 25 plus major programming languages. So you guys can choose either Python, Java, or C++, whatever the language that you are familiar with. So no matter with whatever the language that you use. And this is how the competition works. So every 2 to 3 hours, 1 to 2 questions would be coming up in the order. So you guys would have approximately 48 questions, or roughly 50 questions to be solved. So that's how the IEEE Extreme going to have it in as the competition structure. And yes, for every correct answer, you will be getting 30 points per question. So, and 70%, 70 points are based on how difficult the questions are. So imagine that. So if I show you what does that mean? So this is I will share the link in the chat in the later. So this is the platform that we use to compete at Extreme. So this is called CSA Academy, and when you go to tasks, you can see like there are different tasks that are so these are the names of the question. And don't worry, guys. So don't be afraid of these questions, because we will be having some sessions to tell you around how to solve these questions. So you have easy, you have hard, and you have medium ones. So you can see there's a percentage of question, the participants who has solved it. So out of 1078 participants, only 254 able to solve this question. So that's if the percentage is low, and if you are able to solve that question, you will be getting majority of that 70%, 70 points. So imagine solving question like easy. So 60% of the participants were able to solve this question. So you'll be able to get the uh, get like a very small number of points from that question. So just go to this platform, and you guys have a lot of questions. These are from IEEE Extremes 11.0. So that is around roughly 6 years back. So when you move on to a question, you have the question and what sort of inputs that you are going, and what sort of output that is expected. Then you have the like kind of summarized version back in there. So yeah, we'll be having some sessions on how to solve this kind of questions. So stay tuned with the IEEE Extreme program. So back to the slides. um Right. So yes, and no penalty for time taken, and also the number of submissions. So you can make any number of submissions, and you can take any time, but the time, uh, the points won't be lowered. Like, you won't be resisting with the points, because these are questions, and you guys have to submit the code, not like the answers. So you'll be able to get the full points if you're well tied with the time limit, and you won't be having any penalty for the time taken or the number of submissions that's going to make. And official results will be out within 4 to 5 weeks after competition. So this means that now with the evolution of AI, you have ChatGPT, you have Bard, or you have Dolly, like a lot of prompt technologies that would make your task easier. And for IEEE Extreme, I must say, those tools can't be used. And if you are a victim of using a target prompt engineering technique, in from this year onwards, you will not be able to obtain the IEEE, even the IEEE participation certificate, and also you will be blacklisted from the IEEE community. You won't be able to have any IEEE conferences, or else you won't be able to participate in IEEE Extreme for the next years as well. So make sure, guys, don't use don't in the simplest word, don't copy, and don't use any kind of like prompt engineering techniques to answer. And we have, in our organizing committee, we have a lot of people who has done that, and the experience, I must say that it's not a pleasant experience at all if you are caught with regards to with regards to a coding competition. So, and we will be strictly prohibiting that you are accessing to the any kind of like a prompt engineering website. And in fact, you'll be working with the safe exam browser, so we'll be having a restriction with the platform as well. So, and yes, this is the IEEE Extreme Code of Conduct. So any act or attempt of plagiarism or violating IEEE Extreme Code of Conduct will result in losing all your points. That means no matter, like, you have answered like 10 questions based on the your imagination and with your talent, and if they find out that you have done one question even from the chat GPT, you will lose all the points, and you will be blacklisted from any IEEE inward platforms or activity. And this is very important because the IEEE platform is one of the pioneer platforms when you are going to publish any type of a research article. So in the final year, you have to do a research article. So the platform that you might be using is either Google Scholar or IEEE Explore. So if you are publishing that in IEEE Explore, you won't be able to publish that because you guys have violated the IEEE Extreme Code of Conduct, which means that you have violated the IEEE Code of Conduct as well. So make sure that you guys won't use any kind of like a plagiarized software, and I'm telling with a good attitude and good sense of fact, and don't get caught of copying. That would result with a very bad impression. And yes, and what would be the prizes that you will be able to gain are if you are participating in IEEE Extreme, and if you have obtained uh, with the places as well. So the first place, if you obtain the first place, you will be able to get the travel and accommodation facilities to any IEEE conference around the world, and you will be able to get that reimbursed with $3,500 in the per team member. So if you win all of all of the prizes, you will be able to get $10,500 with regards to the if you are a three team member, you will be able to get $10,500 if you become the first from whole world. And the second place, you'll be able to get $400 cash award for each team member. And the third place, you will be able to get $300 cash award for each team member. And from top 4 to 100 teams, you will be able to get the IEEE gift bundle plus IEEE top quarter t-shirt. And in Sri Lanka, this IEEE top quarter t-shirt comes in very handy, because every time when we see a top quarter t-shirt, we know that this guy is a good coder. So this is something that that everyone should try to obtain, like come up to 100 first 100 in the world, and try to get this IEEE top quarter t-shirt. That would be really valuable for your addition as well. And then the important days that we have to cover up. So the registration deadline is on 14th of October. And once you obtain the IEEE membership, you don't have any registration fee or anything to be paid. So you'll be having your registration deadline on 14th of October. So don't wait till the last moments, guys. Do register as soon as possible. That would be easier for us and you guys as well, to have you guys accommodated and facilitated at our IEEE Student Hub. And also the competition day is on 28th of October 2023, which is like a 1 month ahead now. So we'll be meeting you guys in 1 month at the IIT premises with IEEEXtreme as well. And the time and location, we'll be starting the competition at 5:30 a.m. Sri Lankan time, and we'll be continuing until next day 5:30 a.m. So, and also 28th of October is a poet day, guys. So I hope that you guys have you guys are free on poet days, and many of you will attend the competition as well. So guys, and the location would be GP Square building. You guys are very familiar with it, since you guys are going to lectures to that building, and we will be having in the virtual manner as well. For those who cannot come to the premises, you guys can participate in virtual manner as well. And these are the rules and regulations. So all the team members should have IEEE membership. The IEEE membership is $14, but that $14 valid until end of December. That means 31st of December 2024. And the benefit of getting the IEEE membership now is you can participate in Extreme this year as well as the next year as well. So that is a huge advantage if you purchase IEEE membership now. And I highly recommend you guys to purchase IEEE membership, because you guys have a lot of research to be done, especially when it comes to, if you are a second year, you have STGP, and if you are a first year, you have some modules called, I think, Trends in Computer Science. You guys have a lot of modules to be researched and write some research papers. So you cannot just copy and paste it from ChatGPT or any kind of like a source that you find it in the web. You have to properly address it and also properly reference it. And for the references purposes, you can find a lot of articles from IEEE that you can reference in your in your project as well. So, and the possible team compositions, you can participate as a solo participant if you think that you don't need a team, and you are the one and you are the lord of coding. You guys can try out the solo participation option. That's only you, and you'll be alone, and you'll be participating in that. We won't recommend you that, because IEEE Extreme always encourage you to participate from the team with the teams. So you guys can find out a friend or two friends, each. You guys can participate in IEEE Extreme. So, and also, if you cannot find a team, we are having an option to make you guys into random teams. So you guys would be getting random teams if you can't find a team. And maximum number of participation would be 3 members. So you guys have to find other 2 members, and all the team members should have a IEEE membership to participate. And if somebody from after graduation might be might have graduated after 2022, you guys should be having the graduate membership. So this is not relevant to people who are studying at IIT now, but those who have graduated after, you guys have only 2 graduate members per team can be accommodated. So if you are making a 3-member team, only 2 graduate members and 1 student member can be purchased, can be composed in a team. And then each team must have a proctor to supervise. So don't worry about the proctors, guys. We have 7 proctors at IIT who are lecturers, and they will be the main task of a proctor is to supervise and guide you through your competition. So they'll be basically checking you how well you are doing. If you are stuck at one point, they will be helping you guys out, but I cannot guarantee that the proctors would present. But if you are participating online, they would come to each of the breakout rooms and check whether everything is fine. So you'll be having a proctor. So proctors will be assigned once you register with us at IEEE Extreme, and there will be a form. So you guys will be assisted by our membership team members. And this is something that I spoke earlier about. Team members must solve and complete the problems without assistance from any others. So uh, just have a note in that, and hope you guys would be giving your best to solve the coding competitions that you guys have. And what are the benefits after all of these coding competitions, and after participating, especially in Extreme, what would you get? The first and most wonderful thing that you can get is a great value addition for your CV. So I have a question for all of you guys. So I have asked you a question in the when I started the session as well. So I must ask, from the second years, how many people are in your batch, SCCS, completely from Jan to September batch? How many people roughly? 1,280. So this is combine all September and January batch, isn't it? Right. I assume that yeah, 1,280. So in my batch, there was only roughly around 720 people, And I have to admit the fact that this is something that you have to be concerned. So more than 40% of our people didn't get the internship yet. So this is kind of like a concern that you guys have to address. Why many people have uh, do not have internship yet is because they are only doing their academics, and also they are only having the projects, and they they are having the projects with only from their courseworks, and also they don't have any kind of volunteering experiences or any kind of like a good academic additions to your CV. So this is a huge concern. So what you have to do is that, so what happens when your placement team asks for your CV is, you guys would add so you guys have to add projects, and you guys have to add what are the awards and contributions that you have made to the community, and also you have to add your volunteering experiences with regards to clubs and societies. So most of you guys do not have clubs and society experiences, and also volunteering experiences. And for the projects, you guys would add just the coursework. So back in my time, we did a Westminster skin consultation agency or something. For the OOP, we had to build an app, and we had to build the UI using Java Swing. So everybody, like half of the more than 75 people people from our batch put the Westminster Skin Consultation Manager as their project that they have done. So that's the coursework. So whenever the interviewer just see the question, um, see your CV, they would see, okay, this guy has only done the academics, no projects they have done. So this is a tip that I'm giving for you guys. If you want to get a good internship from a reputed company, you guys need to do projects, and you have to build your project portfolio. You guys have GitHub accounts, and if you are from the first years, try to make a GitHub account, and discover like what are the things that you can go with GitHub, because GitHub is like I must say like the LinkedIn for a developer. So since you are from SCCS or AIDS background, you guys need to have a good GitHub profile with good projects. So you guys might be learning Python, do a project from Python. I did like a tic-tac-toe game, which is with a simple UI. And you guys might do Java and do something with Java that you can do with it. Like you can try Spring Boot frameworks, and you can try like server-side things called, like in industry we call it like Tomcat servers and Catalina frameworks. So you guys can try out those projects and do a project. And from the web development module, I think you guys are limited to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? So try to learn some framework like React or Angular or Vue.js and do a project from that. And you guys can post that project in your CV. So that's the kind of like an advantage that you guys have over the others. Um, when it comes to great value addition for your CV. And IEEE Extreme particularly, if you have participated in IEEE Extreme and if you have posted the IEEE Extreme certificate in your LinkedIn, that would be a great value addition, because the industry people, they know about what is the value of participating in IEEE Extreme. So that's what it is meant by great value addition for your CV. So remember, guys, if you want to get good internships, if you want to get recognized by good company, you need to have projects, you need to have volunteering experiences, and you need to have an awards and recognition. So you can proudly put IEEE Extreme Participation Certificate under awards and certifications that you guys have. So keep in mind that the supply is high, but the demand is low in the industry nowadays. So I wish you guys, I think for the second years, you guys have like 6 months, because at the end of March, you guys would have your career fairs. So you guys have to work a lot when it comes to gaining an industry placement. And for the first years, this is not meant to scare you, or like I'm speaking the true fact here, that this is the true thing that we witness. So I can speak regarding my company WSO2. We have the WSO2 has only recruited 10 engineers. So 10 engineers from IIT. So we had around 720 plus students from our batch. So I have to make myself way ahead of 72 other people to get into W company like WSO2. So this is same for other companies as well. So keep in mind, guys, you have to make a lot of effort when it comes to getting a placement team. This is how the industry works. And also with the other benefits and great networking opportunities. So I have to, when I have to speak about networking opportunity, I was kind of like an introverted person when I started the degree. I didn't talk with anyone, and I was kind of like scared because I didn't know anything about IT. I didn't know anything about programming. I did health for my O levels and I did chemistry for my A levels. I didn't have any sort of background idea. I only used to play videos, and I used to watch movies from the laptop. Um Other than that, I didn't know anything when it comes to using a computer. But what I did was like, there was a good alumni from IIT who's called Dilum De Silva. He's now an engineer in New Zealand. What he said was, try to build up your network. And I was understanding what he has said, the network, and simply what he did mean was get to know more people. So what I did was, I didn't know where to start, because in our times we had the university online. uh, with the COVID and all, we had the online campus. So what I did was, from the moment that announced the batch rep application, I applied as a batch rep, because I could get to know about my colleagues even if I became a batch rep. So I got to know about my colleagues. From colleagues, I got to know about the clubs and what are the things happening. So it was a very random chance. I got to volunteer with IEEE. I started volunteering at IEEE CS as a programming and logistic member, and from my very good friend called Mahil, and he was the president of Leo Club, and he volunteered in IEEE CS as well. So from Mahil, I got to know about IEEE CS, and I volunteered, and I built up my network from that. And so in the industry, we get a lot of criticism, like for some people, that they might not know the programming, or they might not do the academics well, but they have got an internship. The people who doesn't have good academic knowledge or academic capabilities have got internship, rather than the people who does have good academic qualifications. Why? Because with the good networking, you get to meet a lot of people. If you are not a person who's like academically well disciplined, you get when you are coming to a company, like a very good company, you get to meet a lot of people if you are engaged with club activities. For example, in IEEE, we organize a hackathon called, in fact, it's not a hackathon, it's a idea incubator called CodeSpin. You guys will be meeting from company representatives, more than 20 companies. So you get to meet a lot of people, and building up your professional network is one of the easiest ways to get yourself secured in the field, in IT field, any sort of IT field, you name, see, software engineering, computer science. Because guys, industry won't be looking for academic geniuses. That's the number one fact that I want to tell you. The industry is looking for good team players. And how do you prove that you are a good team player? You must be contributing to the society and communities, and they would see that you are contributing. So if I'm in the organizing committee of the code sprint, the more than 20 plus company representatives see me as a one who works and one who's working with a team. So they are looking for a good team player. Do not think that they would look for academics. The people who had academics, they still don't have like very good experience when it comes to having placements. So remember guys, build up your network, and also becoming a good team player is very important. And that's something that proves your fact. Like in IEEE Extreme, you are participating as a team. And also when it comes to other hackathons, you are participating as a team. So the good teamwork implies that you are a good potential individual who's ready to take an academic placement. So that's how I got here at WSO2. So it's not an easy place to get into because at WSO2, like the interview process is kind of like a different, and they already like research about everyone. Like they would ask only two questions from the interview. Like there are many companies who used to say take like 45 minutes for the interview, but at some reputed companies like here WSO2, they only ask two questions. I won't tell what are the questions. These are not any technical questions at all. They would ask just for the fun. So yeah, simply I want to say, more the people that you know, more the opportunities that you can get. So keep in mind regarding that. And also opportunities solve real world problems. So these questions that you would get. So when I participated in IEEE Extreme back in 2021, I think, yes, IEEE 15.0, I had a very like a weird feeling. What are these questions? The name of the questions are pretty weird. And and are we able to like encounter these kind of problems in the real world? Trust me, guys, I'm here at internship year, and most of the problems that we get are similar to those kind of questions. So that is kind of like a really irony here. The people that you encounter would say these are like really fancy questions, but these are the questions that we try to solve in this real world. So you will be able to get a good understanding regarding what are the problems that you would be able to coming with the encountering facts that you are coming when it comes to solving real world problems. So yeah, so you will be able to witness good real world problems with IEEE Extreme. And yes, I think most of you guys are from first year, so don't be afraid. Like you guys have to program and how to go with this kind of like a good flow. You guys have a very good so this is kind of like a plan from my experience. Like I have participated in numerous hackathons, and um, I have come up to like a really good time with when it comes to hackathons. So so IEEE Extreme was my starting hackathon as well. So what I did, this was not what I did. I didn't have anyone to like guide me like we guys are doing for you. So first thing that you can do is choose a programming language. So ideally for first years, I think you guys have Python, isn't it? So yes, you guys have Python in the first semester, and you guys have Java from the second semester and for the rest of the second year as well. So I think for the second year folks, you guys can use Java, like you guys have familiar with it. I'm speaking to you first years. So if you are a first year, if you are new to programming, if you are like folk like me who did chemistry for A levels or do not have any kind of like a background, so this is how you guys have to do. And I think from tomorrow onwards you have a long weekend, so invest yourself for this if you are participating in IEEE Extreme. So choose a programming language. So it can be either Python or Java or C++ or any kind of language that you would like. I hope no one is using Ballerina, right? So Ballerina is a language that we use in WSO2. it's not there in the lead code or anyone, so you can't code with Ballerina. So you guys can choose Python. So Python is a structured programming language that we use mainly for data science and machine learning. And Java is a mainly OOP based language. So you guys can choose Python. Like Python is a really easy language to learn. Like it would be easier for you guys if you are a beginner. And get step two is get familiar with language basics. So fa familiar with what are the how to declare a variable and how to work with variables. Just see like how you can add two numbers, subtract two numbers, divide two numbers, multiply two numbers. Just little bit play with the language, like with the basics. And there are a number of tutorials that you can purchase. And also I have to make a note, like you guys might have LinkedIn Learning, isn't it? Like I think you guys have the access for LinkedIn Learning. So get the chance of LinkedIn Learning and have a good practice on what are the languages that you can choose. So there are a number of courses from, I think you guys can go to Coursera. Coursera is a really good platform that give a certification, and you guys can browse Udemy. Udemy is a really good platform, and also you guys can go to HackerRank or any kind of like a um, good good platform that you can make sure that you guys can get to learn about the language basics. So, and also if you want, you can browse it for free. Just log on to YouTube, just type Python. There are a number of courses that you can learn from the beginner level itself. So that's how you can get familiar with the language. And next thing is get familiar with the data structures. So data structures are really important, and those are kind of like the base of any kind of like a language. So how to declare an array, linked list, stack and queues, what are the, just search what are these and how to work with those. So get familiar with data structures. And the step four is get familiar with the algorithms, both sorting and searching. So those are those algorithms would be enough for you guys. So make sure that you guys are familiar with the algorithm. So if you practice, if you follow these four steps, I think you guys can do, like, I won't say to complete all the whole coding competition. At least you guys can do like 10 or 11 questions if you guys follow this four simple steps. I'm speaking to the first years who are in the first step of making themselves to the computer science field. So just follow four steps. You can choose either Python, and don't worry, we have a long series of workshops that would be help you guys to get familiar with language basics, and also to ace this coding competition. And then what I have to say is that so on the day of the competition, I think I had a slide. Yes. Yeah. So on the day of the competition, so what happens in IEEE Extreme on the day? So teams have to gather at the venue. So if you are participating from home, you can join virtually, or if you're coming physically, you have to gather. You have to come to IIT before 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So yes, so 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So that's the time, or else the competition start at 00 at 12 midnight from the UTC time, which is like 5.5 hours earlier than us. So the competition start at 12 a.m. in the UTC time, which is the 5:30 a.m. in Sri Lankan time. And you have to log into online contest platform, which is the CSA Academy that I showed you before. So, and you have to get ready with it. And at 5:30 a.m. Sri Lankan time, they release a welcome message and first set of challenges. So I said like every 2 to 3 hours, 1 to 2 questions would be added. So the first set of challenges would be added, and when the time goes, next question would be added accordingly. And this is what it is said in the last sector. At regular time intervals, they would release the challenges. So actually this slide should come earlier. So these are the coding platforms that you can practice, right? So I introduce you 4 simple steps that you can have, you can get to know about language and also to practice with regards to IEEE Extreme. So these are the coding platforms for you to practice. So LeetCode is a very good platform if you are a beginner, and try Code Forces and HackerRank is another cool platform that you can try coding questions, and also the Project Euler. So Project Euler is uh, kind of like a platform that they have quite a rough and hard questions when it comes to programming. They have a lot of mathematics involved. So those who have done mathematics for A levels, uh, you might try Project Euler as well. So it's kind of like a fun. And also try the questions from the CS Academy as well. So you can search when it comes to questions. So these are the graph questions. So breadth first search, depth first search, and these Digicastra and flood field. These are the kind of like algorithm based questions, and you guys have exponential status, matrix exponential. These are like language things, like basics of language when it comes to programming. So we have coding questions from IEEE 11.0 itself. So you have well set of questions, past papers. These are kind of like past papers that you can try out. So get together with the teams and you can do these questions. So when it comes to coding questions, as I said, you guys have a coding description and also the inputs and outputs. So we'll be guiding you in one of the workshops how to do these kind of like questions. So back to slides. So these are the coding platforms. So do check out, just get a screenshot of it, and have try out some of the problems that they have. And especially when it comes to getting an internship, they would ask similar type of questions, similar type of coding questions from these lead codes. So more than number of coding questions that you solve, you can get familiar with the coding questions as well. And yes, so this is the ultimate thing that I want to tell: practice, practice, practice. Because the perfect practice when it comes to solving coding questions would get you into a good level. So this is the thing that I want to this is like a like a conclusion of what this session is about. Like, I want to imply like all of you and invite all of you guys to this kind of like a good worldwide hackathon. And if you are practicing well, we might be able to ace that. And I personally had the target that we would be able to get like 30 plus positions from the top 100 in Sri Lanka. So if you guys do this, we'll be surely be able to get this achieved. And throughout the day, the teams are encouraged to rest, eat, and have fun. So we'll be facilitating you. If you are coming physically, we would provide you with refreshments and food and everything. And make sure to have fun. So don't get it as a stressful thing. And with the things that I said before regarding internships, that just keep it aside and have a good time with your peers and colleagues. That's the whole thing, that you have to do everything for fun. Like, if you are doing anything, just make sure to have fun. So that's something that I will always encourage you to have. So, and I think like if you're contacting someone from the organizing committee, they would be telling you that, guys, that we don't put you like strict restrictions and strict anything that would restrict themselves. So just have fun with everything that you do. This is for all the people who have joined in this call. And yes, so now it's your turn. And I invite you guys to participate in Extreme, and it is a really good platform. And also, if you participate Extreme in this year with the new membership, you will be able to participate in the next year Extreme as well. So this is the QR code to purchase the IEEE membership. And also, if you already have IEEE Extreme, if you have already IEEE membership, you can directly register to IEEE Extreme if you have a team. So, and also these links are would be in the captions as well. So just make sure to check the captions of the posters. These links would be there as well. And also, if you are purchasing IEEE membership, I highly encourage you guys to purchase the chapter memberships as well. We have currently 2 chapters, which is IEEE CS and robotics. So do check out, guys. You'll have to pay some additional amount, but that's kind of like worth it. Like they have their own conferences, own initiatives, especially when it comes to computer science and also the robotics as well. Nowadays, they have really good im- initiatives that you can take. So I highly encourage you guys to get those chapter membership as well. Not limit yourself to get IEEE membership only. And the membership would valid until the December 31st in 2024. So, and yeah, so that's the kind of message that I want to give you. And also, these are the important contacts that I want to share. So I'm Sandaru Rashmika, and I will be the IEEE Extreme Ambassador for this year. And these are my contacts. So I highly recommend you guys to use the Google Chat feature in your IIT Gmail account. So because I might be little busy when it comes to WhatsApp, so the replies are a little bit will be a little bit late if you contact me. So yeah, so these are my contacts, and we have Akif Ahmed, who's the project chair of IEEE Extreme for IIT. So he would be your go-through person. So more than myself, he would be your go-through person if you have any questions with regards to IEEE Extreme. Akif would be the person that you must contact. And if you have any questions with regards to membership and registration, so we have Habindu here, who is the vice chair for membership and registrations. So get a screenshot of this as well, so you guys can contact after this session with regards to membership and also what sort of things that you have to done from your end to get yourself successfully registered. And yes, so thank you guys. So these are the things that I want to tell. And one more thing that I have to mention, that with the proctor registration, so do not go to directly to the IEEE Extreme registration platform, because you might they might ask several information from you guys. They might ask what is the membership number of the IEEE ambassador, and what is the membership number of the proctor, and what is the name of the proctor. So they might ask several questions. Uh, so don't get registered through the official platform, and just fill up the form that we shared you when it comes to IEEE registration. So that is so we'll arrange a proctor for you guys and get it confirmed. So with you guys involving into registration, that would be really hard for you guys as for us as well. And make sure to fill out the form if you guys want to register, because we are trying to give you some participation certificates as well, because we cannot give you any kind of like a prize, because the um, uh, official rankings would be coming out after like 4 to 5 weeks, because they are being checked by professionals, and getting they would get confirmed with regards to the rankings. So, and also I have to so I came to a good point. So during the competition, you might see a leaderboard from IIT, um, and sometimes you might get discouraged if you see your friend's team has done way beyond than that, way beyond than you guys. So that is not the actual leaderboard. So do not think about the leaderboard and do the competition, and just answer the questions faithfully and correctly. And that is not the real board that you are seeing. That is just for the purpose of the competitions that they are seeing. So I think if anyone participated in last year's aquathon, they might have experienced that as well. So the first three teams were disqualified because they kind of ruined and violated the code of conduct. So like the team that was way behind got the first place. So yeah, that kind of like a experience would happen. So do not think about the leaderboards and what other kind of stats that they show you. Those are just for the matter of ongoing competitions. So yeah, that's the last thing that I want to tell you. So thank you guys. I think my session was fruitful, and it's lovely and delighted to meet you guys here at around like 7. I think yeah, it's 7:06. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'm up for the Q&A. I think before the Q&A, I think Akif would speak. Isn't that Kamali?
Yes, Sandaru. Yeah.
Yes. So Akif, it's your time to speak up with regards to the questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandaru, for that enlightening talk about IEEE Extreme 17.0. Now, I would like Sorry. Thank you so much, Sandaru, for that enlightening talk about IEEE Extreme 17.0. Now, I would like to invite Akif Ahmed to share a glimpse of what awaits you in our new event series, Odyssey.
Yeah, okay, I'm audible, right?
Yes, Akif, you are audible.
Thank you, Kamalika. So, hi everyone. It's great to see such a decent crowd being present for the today's session. So, in addition to what Sandra mentioned regarding IEEE Extreme, to give you all an idea on what we have organized from our end to prepare you all for the competition, I would like to introduce you all a new month-long event series called Odyssey. So in this event series, we have integrated IEEE Extreme 17.0 and included few more sessions and workshops to help you all out. So on the 7th of October, we have Decode. So in this session, we will be covering the basics of solving a particular programming question. So we are not going to focus on a particular programming language or its syntax. Instead, we will teach you the art of approaching a programming question. So this is going to be very useful for you all to participate in a competition like this. And also on the 14th and 15th of October, we have Logic Labs, which is a 2-day workshop where on the day one, we will be discussing some important topics under the domain data structures and algorithms. And on day two, we will be discussing some very important questions, important past IEEE Extreme questions. So that is something that's very useful for you all before participating for a global competition like this. And also on the 21st of October, we have PrologX. So this is a 6-hour long mini hackathon, but it is only for the ones who register for IEEE Extreme 17.0. So in a sense, for the ones who register for IEEE Extreme this year have a double advantage of participating in 2 coding competitions and getting prizes and certificates in both of them. So that's a great opportunity. So soon register yourself for IEEE Extreme. And if you don't have the membership, soon fill out our membership forms. Our membership team will approach you all on that. And I want to highlight the fact that if you could buy the membership within this particular period, the membership will be valid until the next year, December. So with this membership, you will be able to participate in IEEE Extreme this year and next year as well. So don't miss out this chance, register yourself. So that's it regarding your preparation for IEEE Extreme. But in addition to that, I want to mention that on the 8th of October, we have our IEEE Day. It will be happening on our IIT GP Square Auditorium from 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. So IEEE Day is one of the most important events in our IEEE calendar. So on this day, we'll be having several tech, leadership, and fun sessions as well. And also this year we have planned to have a fun quiz competition at the end of IEEE Day, where a few lucky winners will get the opportunity to get the paid IEEE membership for free. So don't miss out this chance. Stay tuned with us. We'll be soon opening the registrations for IEEE as well. So that's it from my end. Thank you so much. So Kamalika, over to you.
Thank you, Akif, for that enlightening introduction to Odyssey's upcoming events. Now it's almost time for the Q&A session. But before we proceed, let's enjoy a short video which will give us a glimpse into the exhilarating experience of IEEE Extreme 16.0.
Give you a song name and you have to act out the song.
Okay.
It's a singer song. Any famous
Great. Now let's jump into the Q&A session. I invite Sandaru to take the stage and address the questions our viewers may have.
Right. So the first question that I got is, I have very little knowledge about coding. Does this event suit me? Yes, definitely. It would suit you. And as I said, you can start within the month. You can prepare yourself for the coding interview, coding questions. And also we have, like Akif mentioned, we have a lot of workshops that would be covered up with regards to programming, and also how to deal with coding questions. And it certainly and definitely will be suiting you if you have a very little knowledge, because I started with no knowledge. At least you have very little knowledge on coding. So I was able to do like more than 20 questions. So you guys would definitely able to do like good questions, and make sure to that you give little bit of effort. And also from our side, we would help you by conducting workshops and also guiding you in the necessary way as possible. Right. Next question, would it be enough to have an 8 GB RAM and a Ryzen 5 processor, or are there any hardware requirements for the competition? I started with the 8 GB RAM as well. So unless if you are doing mobile application development using Android Studio, 8 GB is more than enough for any programming requirement, right? It doesn't have to be a big machine. Like if you can run VS Code, IntelliJ, that is more than enough. In case if you are doing Android Studio is a RAM meter that we say in the industry. Unless that's more than enough. That you might be able to continue with that until second year, first semester, because I think mobile application development is in the second sem of the second year. So until first sem of the second year, you are good to go. Next question is, I have filled the form for global membership and didn't get any response yet. Could you please give an update on it? So better to contact the membership and registration chair, who is the membership director of IEEE student branch of IIT Hindu. And also there are some contact numbers. If you go to the form, just check the description. There are some contact numbers. So you can contact them and ask an update with regards to it. What is the minimum number of questions we should solve to get a participation certificates? There would be a one question that would simply allow you guys to print hello world. So that's the question. That would be the first question, just to print hello world. If you do that, and one more question, or else I think I can, even if I can remember, if you do the hello world question, you'll be able to get the participation certificate. Can we use the internet access while in the competition, not to copy codes? You can use internet access to access like resources like Geek for Geeks, tutorial points, and sometimes you'll be able to access Stack Overflow. Yes, so those are the things that you'll be able to access, but not GitHub and also ChatGPT, Bard, or Dolly, or any kind of like a prompt engineering platform. You won't be able to access. We'll be putting restrictions to that. Can you show the platform again? So I think you are meaning the coding question. I will drop the, you mean the platform means the IEEE. Yeah, I will share in the chat. Give me a second. You can just type in CSA Academy. CSA, yes, it is. Yes, I have dropped it in the chat. It's called CSA Academy, and with if you are referring to other platforms, you can get coding questions from LeetCode, CodeShare, HackerRank, and Project Coiler. Those are the platforms that that is very good for you to practice coding. Yes, I think that question has been answered. Yeah. So I'm new to coding and learning Python, so I have more than 1 month less to get ready with Extreme. Like I'm scared to the feeling that I'm completely useless. So I must say, thinking that you are useless is the biggest mistake that you are committing. So nobody is useless. Like, as I said, like the more you are capable with the academics or this coding skills doesn't mean that you are guaranteed to get a position in the coding in the software industry. They are looking for good team players. So I recommend whoever who posted this question, just have a couple of 2 or 3 friends and talk with regards to whatever that you feel. So just share your ideas and have yourself prepared. So I strongly recommend you to participate in a team that would feel you much better, and also with gradually you will be able to ace your coding skills, and also just try to do bit of self learning. And I can remember once Mr. Guhanathan Puravi, I think if you know, we call him Guxi. uh, and don't check out his NGL messages on Instagram. You'll get like frustrated with him, not to mention him with regards to a wrong manner, but he's a wonderful lecturer, and he's our branch counselor as well. So we are very glad to have him as a branch counselor. One thing he said, because I was starting to learn Python when I was in the first year, so he said that, so you have around 20 credits for a module, right? Altogether, you have 120 credits. So in order to get 1 credit, you have to work 10 hours. So to get 20 credits, you have to spend 200 hours to achieve that. So he had a very good plan with regards to how to code and how to practice, and he said like you have to at least he calculated and said like you guys should at least try more than 1 hour per day with regards to coding, any type of coding, Java, Python, or HTML, CSS, JavaScript even, and also some kind of frameworks. You guys have to practice. So the slide that I mentioned, practice, practice, practice. I think you guys remember that. So perfect practice makes you perfect with regards to anything that comes across it. So that's my take on that. Next thing, if we already have 2 team members, could we ask for another random team member when we register? Yes, that can be done. Just talk to the membership team with regards to it before filling out the application. I'm sure you can, they can, one team member can be accommodated. Next question, should we renew our IEEE membership yearly? So membership cycle start from September to next year, December. So the best time that you can purchase the membership is this September month, because that membership would valid until December next year. So again, you had to purchase IEEE membership in January. That would valid until December. So you have so every January you have to take membership for an year. So yes, it is an yearly membership, but I think renewal fees are less than the membership the new membership fees. Can foundation students join with undergraduate students as team? As far as if you guys have student memberships, IEEE membership, you guys are good to participate in IEEEXtreme. But check whether, like, I think they have implemented a new law. Just check at IEEEXtreme.org. You guys must be at least 18 years old to participate in IEEEXtreme. But that is still in discussion whether to put it in the website or not, and we'll get an update soon with regards to that. If it is, he or she must be at least 18 years old to participate. So that's the answer for question. I think next question was, can we participate online? Yes, sure, you can participate online. There are some rules and regulations that you have to follow when you are participating in online. You must share your screens, and it would be pretty hard if you guys participating in online, because all of the proctors would have very would keep an eye of you guys, especially if your lecturer like Guxi would look after your team. That would be like a really hard for you guys to keep up with the pace. So that's for the betterment of you guys. So all the lectures would be having a round robin session on the platform of Zoom. So we'll be conducting it in the Zooms, and you guys would be having constantly checked by the proctors. So yeah, and also in the physical mode, the proctors would check as well. So yeah, you can participate in online as well. We will facilitate you guys. Next thing is, can we add a member from another unit to the team? No, you can't, because all the members are registered to IIT. So it has to be from IIT that it should be participated. You can add another uni member to the team, but you can't register from as a participant from IIT. You have to participate as an third, I think, like other. There's a option called other. You can give that. Can we do the code in JavaScript? As far as I said, in don't ask like whether we can code in HTML or CSS or XML. Apart from any markup languages and styling languages, there are a number of programming languages. So if I can share the screen. Okay. Go to CSA platform. Just check. You can see the programming languages that you can code. And there are, as I said, there are more than 25 programming languages in the world, from JavaScript to Java to Python to C++, C Sharp, any language other than the markup languages and also the sliding languages. So yes, definitely you can code in JavaScript. To participate in this event, do we need to be an IEEE member? Yes, you have to be an IEEE student member to participate in the Extreme. Is it true that we need to get at least one question right to get the certificate? Yes, it is true. The first question would be a simple hello world problem that you need to solve. Just have a print statement. If you solve that, you'll be able to get the certificate. I registered as a solo participant. May you add me to a team? If you register as a solo participant, you have to inform the membership and registration vice chair or the team member and get that sorted out. You can add it to a team. I think they can accommodate that, and make sure to let that inform to a team member. Are we allowed to look up documentation and search for stuff that we don't know during the competition? Yes, those members, those websites would be available for you guys, but not the websites that would be we able to like copy the code or anything. I think the Oracle, if you are using Java, the best documentation is the Oracle documentation. You can use either Temurin or Eclipse documentation as well. And also with regards to Python, there are a number of documentations that you can follow on. So yes, you can use those websites and get follow with the documentation. In fact, the platforms like Geek for Geeks and Tutorial Point, W3 Schools, those platforms might be open for you guys. Can't we directly pay the membership fees via the official website, since I didn't get any response after filling the membership form? You'll get the response very quickly. Stay tuned. You will be able to sort out that membership issue quickly. So stay tuned. Membership team would approach you quickly. So yes.
Excuse me, Sandaru.
Yes.
Before we wrap up the Q&A session, let's just ask one more question.
Okay.
So the final question is, I registered as a solo participant. May you add me to the team?
I think I read that question and answered that question as well.
Yes. All right.
Can you guys provide us with the syllabus, which topics and areas? As I said, language basics, data structures and algorithms, and also the coding questions. I think best way is to not to follow a syllabus, just practice past extreme questions and the questions that you come across LeetCode, CodeShare, HackerRank, and Logic Coiler platforms. I think that would give you like a best idea on what is up with the coding competition. Yes, I will read out next questions as well. This isn't regarding IEEE Extreme. Is MacBook suitable for my CX degree? More than better. Like in the industry, we use MacBooks as our coding machines. So MacBook is really good. Like if you're having either Linux, because Windows are for the commercial users. If you are using Linux or Mac, that is very good. How can I join IEEE Club at IIT? The same thing. Contact the membership lead, who is Havindu Pereira, or just drop a chat to one of the admins in your WhatsApp groups, or else just yeah. So that's how you can join IEEE Club. Just have that ping. Go to one of the links, either IEEE Extreme registration link or IEEE membership link. You can contact one of the personnel there. Can foundation students join with undergraduates? I think I answered that as well.
All right, wonderful. So before we wrap up the Q&A session, I would like to thank you all for your insightful questions and to Sandaru for your informative answers. All right. So as we have come to the end of our session, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who joined us today. Your participation is greatly appreciated. We hope today's session has been a valuable experience and you are all eager to register and become a part of IEEE Extreme 17.0. Once again, thank you all for being here. Hope you all have a wonderful day.